Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Thrift Shop. My name is Chris, and you're watching The Thrifty Musician. This is my first video, so today what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of give you guys an idea of what I feel to be the meaning of thrifty, and show you guys a couple of guitars that I have in my collection that I think are the epitome of what it means to be thrifty. Um, so a lot of people assume thrifty to mean cheap, and I do not believe that one bit at all. I believe that thriftiness is getting the best deal for your dollar. Um, and I think we can do that in so many different areas. And through these videos that we take a journey on together with. We're going to explore a whole bunch of those. Some may be worthwhile, some may not, but that's what we're going to learn together. I will be doing some reviews. I will be doing playthroughs of some of my equipment. Um, Again, this is my first video, so there's nothing right now that is sponsored. There's no sponsorships or paid advertisements or anything like that. Everything currently that I would show you guys is my personal gear that I have bought with my own money or was blessed to have somebody give me. So um, with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the first guitar that I have that I want to show you guys. Um, is my uh, ESP LTD EC 401. And, I did throw a brown sticker on there. Anybody who's a musclehead or, car guy knows that stickers add horsepower. So, um, but this guitar is super, super sweet. Um, it is an EC stands for Eclipse, and it is very much a Les Paul style guitar, or what they also call a single cutaway. Um, it's the single cut here, but it's definitely got a more pointed horn than a Les Paul. Um, Also, their uh, headstocks are definitely unique and different to their own. Um, but this thing is super, super awesome. Um, it has um, great binding all the way along the neck, um, around the headstock. Um, and it's got it throughout the body. Um, it also has, I don't know how well you guys could see it, but there's a nice little belly cut here, makes it comfortable for playing. It does have Grover tuners. Again, I'm not sure how well you guys are able to see any of that, but they are Grover tuners, and they are black chrome. And these things have one and two volume knobs, and then one tone control. Um, each of the volume controls each of the pickups, and the tone control will affect either of the pickups. It has a three-way toggle switch where um, your up is your neck pickup, middle position is both pickups, and all the way down is your um, bridge pickup. It has the black chrome stop tail piece. Um, Again, this thing is just super, super awesome. Um, They normally come with EMG pickups. This one had been upgraded when I got it with the Seymour Duncan blackouts. Again, super cool addition. Um, this thing is a shredder. It has the flag mother of pearl inlays. Um, Now, as I said, this thing is just an amazing, amazing guitar. Um, it is made in China. but um, like this thing is an absolute shredder. Um, and the reason I say that this is one of my, um, I guess, holy grails of thrift, these things brand new right now. I just looked them up in Sweetwater and a bunch of the other um, websites have them going for about $999. Um, there is no way I would be able to afford that. But this one is quite a few years old. It is definitely an older model. Um, but I think the 401 line is right about where they really start with professional um, quality. Um, but you see the pricing, but you can get them cheap, used, and a lot of people have them around $600, I think. Um, Mine would probably be a little bit less than that, like I said, because of the age of it. It's this one's actually produced in 1999, so it's got some years on it. But man, it still holds up like it's brand new. It holds tune phenomenally. All the electronics work great. Still holding true um, to what it was manufactured to be. Um, Again, it is definitely a metal guitar. You can get some good clean tones out of this with the active pickups. Um, but yeah, I do. I really think that this guitar really speaks as to value. I had an old Kramer Strat style guitar. It was an American made one, but it needed a lot of work. It would have probably cost me close to three to maybe $400 just to get it back to playing, um, and I didn't have the money. Um, the guy down where I used to live owned a music shop. He was gonna look into doing the repairs for me. He's the one who told me the price range, and told him I didn't have the money for that. And we kind of talked. I liked this, and I ended up trading him that guitar and $100, and I got this guitar. So theoretically, in my mind, I paid $100 for this guitar. Um, there was no way, again, I was going to be able to get that guitar fixed. I just didn't have the money at the time. So, and again, that's what it's about to me. I think, we can do things, especially in the used gear world, that, both people walk away really, really happy. And that's huge what I try to do. Um, so yeah, so this is my 99 ESP LTD EC401. Again, it's gloss black, black chrome hardware. I forget exactly what the nut is. I want to say that it's like a Graph Tech or something like that. Um, but it's really nice. Um, yeah, man, the neck is just for all this time, dude. It's held up so amazing. Um, the other guitar that I would like to introduce to you guys, sorry, I'm going to take a sip of beverage really quick. The other guitar I'd like to show you guys, I think also fits the scope of thriftiness. It is a PRS SE Custom, and this thing is super nice too. um, Again, this is like a double cutaway, and like PRS is like really synonymous for having like this neat cut in this horn. Um, Again, I don't know how well you guys can see any of that. I promise in the future I will have much better cameras and quality coming in the future. But yeah, this is my first video and see how this even works out. But um, this guitar is super nice. It has two, I believe they're, I want to say Alnico 5 PRS Zebra humbucker pickups. And then it does have a tremolo style bridge system on it. Um, Very nice. It holds tune stability. This one only has one volume and one tone control, and it also has a three-way switch. And the same thing, up position is your neck position, middle is both your pickups, all the way down is your bridge pickup. Um, this one is older. I believe this one was an '07. And one of the things that they did back then was they had, instead of the bird inlays back then, they did a lot of the, they called them moon inlays. They're dot inlays, but they have different material. I don't know if like one's abalone and mother of pearl, and they look like little quarter moons sitting in the dot inlay. Um, this thing is far more versatile than my LTD. This thing is amazing for just being versatile. Um, when Paul started making these guitars, he really had a heart to make great guitars affordable for the average person. Granted, right now I just checked on these, and these things are going brand new for around, I think, $960. Um, and again, it's way out of my price range. But if you take your time, you look around, you can find them used at a far, far greater discount. Um, this one, actually, a boss of mine purchased. Um, he seen me looking at the guitar. We were kind of talking about it. He had to go take a run out. He contacted somebody he knew that was works in the music industry and asked him if it was a deal. And I think the guy only wanted $250 for it. Again, it is older. It did not come with the tremolo bar, which I'm in the process of trying to get it. I think they were only $12. It's not expensive, but life is life, and sometimes $12 has to go someplace else. Um, but yeah, like again, this thing is super, super comfortable to play. I think when you get into gear, especially if there's any of you who are new to guitar, um, you know, don't worry about what the headstock says. Don't worry about that. Um, a couple of the big things is when you pick it up and you hold it in your hand, does it feel comfortable? Go hold a couple guitars. Go to a guitar center, go to a Sam Ash or whatever you guys have in your area, um, and just be, and especially the bigger stores. You tell them honestly that um, you're new and you just want to hold a couple guitars to see what feels comfortable. If they're unwilling to work with you and help you and talk you through it, no offense, but it's not good salespeople. Um, I've worked at one of those stores, and that was a big thing with the people who came in, and they wanted to buy their kid their first guitar. I said, well, let them hold a bunch of them because they all feel different. you know, and you got to find out what's comfortable for you. This one here, it's really, really comfortable to me. But the really cool thing that I think really makes it stand out as a good budget guitar is the fact that tonally it hits so many things on the spectrum, man. It gets really good, clean tones. Um, you can add just a little bit of grit and get a good um, like blues sound, or even like kind of like that some gritty country kind of sound out of it. You can crank it all the way up, and you can do, you know, Mudvayne or Sepultura, or you can go as really as heavy as you want with these things, man, and they will hold their own. Um, and again, it's what I think is a good thing too. Is you want to look at something that you're going to enjoy playing. Um, but when you're starting out, definitely get something that is as versatile as can be. And I really think these really hit that so well. It's um, you know, it's got Paul's signature on it. I don't know if you guys can see that at all. Um, there it is. I had the opportunity to meet Paul at one of our local stores. Um, and what's really cool about Paul was that um, when he was doing the, his meet and greet part afterwards and signing autographs and stuff like that, one of the things that really stood out to me was that there was a guy who had one of one of the early Paul Reed Smith guitars, um, and let's just say it was like number 7 out of that year's run, and um, the guy was kind of telling him how he got it, and Paul just kind of chuckled and says, "Yeah, I remember making this. Look at this fret." And he went to one of the bird inlays and he was like, "You see that?" He was like, "We had to use extra epoxy to fill that in." But I started explaining to him how he did it to get the epoxy to better match the rest of the bird, and it was just neat that all that time, Paul was still personally invested in that guitar like that. And that shows with what he's done for the SE models. They've got an SE Silver Sky, which is like $750, I think. Which the Silver Skies are the John Mayer line. He's got the Santana SEs. He just really, really, really is interested in putting good quality equipment into the average person's hands. And I really do think that these are phenomenal pieces for that. I think they hold up over time well. Um, they definitely um, they definitely are again a good quality um, professional quality um, at relatively affordable if you can find used ones. What's neat is you get somebody who thinks they like it and they pick it up and they end up not liking it, and all they're interested in is just getting some of their money back. So you end up getting a really good guitar at an amazing deal. So um, always keep your ears out for stuff like that. Keep your eyes out for um, things like that that are going to be deals. Educate yourself on pricing and you know always stay fair. Always stay fair. Um, but yeah, this thing has got, I believe it's also got a Graph Tech nut, and it has the PRS branded tuners. Um, this thing holds um, tune so great. Um, you know, action on this thing was set dead perfect for me when I got it. So, like I said, this thing is just um, I can't give this thing enough compliment about what this guitar is. Um, so I um, like to thank you guys for tuning in and sharing my first video with me. I really hope that you guys like it, and if so, please, please hit that subscribe button, and let's get to 50 subscribers. There's my goal. Hopefully, I can get to 50 subscribers. I will be doing a video here very shortly of a guitar that I had just got off of Amazon, and it's it's pretty surprising. So again, guys, thank you for stopping by the thrift shop. Let's go ahead and see where this adventure takes us. Um, be kind to one another, and I love you guys. And until next time, peace.